All right, so when we left Odysseus, we were on page 85 of the virtual text, and Odysseus, that very clever man, was inside the Cyclops' cave waiting for the Cyclops, even though his men were like, we should probably just take some stuff and run. They're waiting for the Cyclops to discover him, and he just did. Strangers, he said, who are you and where from? What brings you here by seaways? A fair traffic? Or are you wandering rogues who cast your lives like dice and ravage other folk by sea? So the Cyclops honestly reacts how we would expect someone to. Like, strangers, what are you doing here? Are you here for good? Are you here for bad? We felt a pressure on our hearts and dread of that deep rumble and that mighty man. But all the same, I spoke up in reply. We are from Troy, Achaeans, that's another word for Greeks, blown off course by shifting gales on the great South Sea, homeward bound, but taking routes and ways uncommon. So the will of Zeus would have it. We served under Agamemnon, son of Atreus. The whole world knows what city he laid waste, what armies he destroyed. So Odysseus is bragging, you might have heard of us. We were in the Greek army with Agamemnon. We destroyed Troy. That was us. It was our luck to come here, and here we stand, beholden for your help or any gifts you give, as custom is to honor strangers. For we would entreat you, great sir, have a care for the gods' courtesy. Zeus will avenge the unoffending guest. So there's a lot of trickery or bamboozling in ancient Greek stories, but it was often in stories a god would disguise himself as something and test people. And so you always had to be on your best behavior to like anyone you dealt with, because it might be a god, and if you were mean to them, they would smite you. So Odysseus is like, yeah, you better be nice to us because the gods might get mad at you, so give us some stuff. What do you think the Cyclops is going to say? He answered this from his brute chest, unmoved. You are a ninny, or else you come from the other end of nowhere telling me, mind the gods, we Cyclops care not a whistle for your thundering Zeus, or all the gods in bliss. We have more force by far. I would not let you go for fear of Zeus, you or your friends, unless I had whim to. Tell me, where was it now you left your ship? Around the point or down the shore, I wonder? So Cyclops is like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. I'm not afraid of your gods. I don't care. I do what I want. I'm the Cyclops. He has a point. He thought he'd find out, but I saw through this and answered with a ready lie. My ship? Poseidon, Lord, who sets the earth a tremble, broke it up on the rocks at your land's end. A wind from seaward served him, drove us there. We are survivors, these good men and I. So Odysseus is pretending his ships are destroyed, so the Cyclops won't destroy them. Neither reply nor pity came from him, but in one stride he clutched at my companions and caught two in his hand like squirming puppies to beat their brains out, spattering the floor. So the Cyclops just grabbed two of Odysseus' men, smashed them on the ground. Then he dismembered them and made his meal, gaping and crunching like a mountain lion. Everything. Innards, flesh, and marrow bones. We cried aloud, lifting our hands to Zeus, powerless, looking on at us appalled. But Cyclops went on filling his belly with man flesh and great gulps of whey. So he's eating the two men. Odysseus had 12 men with him. Now he's got 10. He's eating two men and he's drinking his sheep's milk, and he's just like, what? What now? But Cyclops, I already said that. All right. My heart beat now high at the chance of action, and drawing the sharp sword from my hip, I went along his flank to stab him where the midriff holds the liver. I had touched the spot when sudden fear stayed me. So Odysseus was going to kill him right then and there, but then he realized, if I killed him, we perished there as well, for we could never move his ponderous doorway slab aside. So we were left to groan and wait for morning. So if you remember, his door to his cave is this humongous slab that Odysseus already said 24 wagons could not move, so they're stuck. If they kill Cyclops, they're all going to die in his cave. Their men can't move the rock. They're just stuck and dead. So they go to sleep. Two men down. When the young dawn with fingertips of rose lit up the world, the Cyclops built a fire and milked his handsome ewes, all in due order, putting the sucklings to their mothers. Then, his chores being dispatched, he caught another brace of men to make his breakfast and whisked away the great door slab to let his sheep go through. So he just ate another 2 men for breakfast. Now we're down 4 men. But he, behind, reset the stone as one would cap a quiver. So, like how you would cap an arrow. There was a din of whistling as the Cyclops rounded his flock to higher ground than stillness. And now I pondered how to hurt him worst. But if but Athena granted what I prayed for, here are the means I thought would serve my turn. So now Odysseus lost 2 more men, and he's sitting here stuck in the cave again, trying to figure out what to do about the Cyclops. He's got 4 men gone. He is stuck in this cave with a Cyclops who has no problem eating him and his men.